program. This is Financial Focus, brought to you by the best of the best in financial services, 9 straight years and running, as named by the readers of the Lake City Reporter, and celebrating more than 31 years in serving North Central Florida proactive planners, savers, and investors in formulating those plans to achieve your financial goals. Ladies and gentlemen, they are the team from GulfCoast Financial Services, and founder and CEO John Kuykendall here with us as always. Now two-time published financial author with his newest book, Quitting is for Winners, but Retirement is Not for Wimps. John, celebrating the release of your second book.
Yeah, Peter, it finally got out. We ordered some copies today so that we can give them to our clients, and we're really looking forward to getting this book out. I think it's going to be a big help to people who are getting ready to retirement or fixing to retire. Because there's a lot of landmines out there that we don't know about. And hopefully this book will kind of, make it easier to get around those and to make the right decisions in retirement.
Indeed, indeed. And in this book, it is very comprehensive, covers a lot of territory, but it does specifically talk about, unfortunately, some planning mistakes that people have made that has detracted from, made a less than, or in certain cases, completely derailed retirement. So if we can avoid those mistakes, John, we increase the likelihood of confidence and lasting financial and retirement success. So today on the program, highlighting 5 specific financial and planning mistakes to avoid.
Yeah, Peter, we're almost at the end of the year. And it's a great time to talk about planning because this year's over, but we need to be planning for next year and the years beyond. And so I think this list is a great way for people to start to get an idea of what they need to do to get ready for retirement. And the first one on there, I love the way you've got that, not having a grip on your retirement. And as you know, and I know, GRIP is the Guaranteed Income Retirement Plan. And that is something that we here at Gulf Coast, we have evolved over the years and put together what I think is a fairly comprehensive income plan. We don't work on asset allocation as much as we work on income, because in retirement, you're paying yourself, and we want to make sure that you have enough money each month to pay your bills and to find out what your income gap is. And so this will help you as you work on that income plan. It will help you get a grasp on how much money you're actually going to need in retirement and how much money am I going to have to budget. Because the one thing we don't want to do, Peter, is to retire and not have enough money to live or to live the lifestyle we want. And I don't know about you, but I found out that I need more money now than I did before, 10, 15 years ago. It's just costing more, and things are going to continue to go up. So that old adage about I'm going to need less income in retirement than I do while I'm working is wrong. We need to get out of that habit. And that income plan, if you'll get one of those, it will put you on track to have the best retirement that you can have based upon how much you've saved.
And kind of a play on words there, because of course we want a handle on our retirement and our plan, a grip. But the acronym, the Guaranteed Retirement Income Plan, of course, that consists of guaranteed sources such as Social Security and, if we're lucky enough, pensions. But John, by really looking at that and examining that in the planning process, it's going to allow us a lot of knowledge, therefore, on what's left remaining that our assets and our savings and investments is going to be responsible for generating for us. And then we can move on to number 2, make sure that with that money, we are, number 2 on the list of these 5 planning mistakes, not taking inappropriate risks.
That's right, Peter. We want to make sure that we don't get over aggressive prior to retirement or as we're working for retirement. So we want to make sure that we take the appropriate risk for what level of lifestyle what level of life we're in. So as we get older, we want to be a little more conservative than when we're younger because we don't have as much time to make it up. So what we want to do is spread out our risk. This is when we get into the asset allocation. allocating between bonds and stocks. But at the same time, Peter, I can't be so conservative that I stick the money in a checking account and don't make any money on it. I have to earn money on my money to continue to have that income coming in every month.
Yeah, there's a time and a place for risk, but you don't want to take more than is appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
And because it does often sacrifice some growth or opportunity, you don't necessarily want to take less than is appropriate. Kind of that Goldilocks scenario, but you need the
Yeah.
help of the analysis that you perform on the risk exposure and the risk tolerance and the risk appropriateness that helps us find that just right scenario. Now, number 3, John, we've talked about how taxes may be our largest known expense in retirement, but unfortunately, people are forgetting to include that sometimes altogether when they are kind of projecting out their retirement picture and plan. And so number 3 on the list of the 5 planning mistakes to avoid is a gross planning mistake. Another play on words there.
Yeah. And, Peter, what happens is we've been taught ever since they came out with the 401ks in the 80s to put as much money as we can in deferred. We want to defer income for the future because the old theory is I'm going to need less money in retirement, so therefore I'll be in a lower tax bracket than I will be while I'm working, and so I should defer that money. But what we found out, Peter, is taxes continually to change. They're going to be going up. We know that. We have to go up. But what we need to do, Peter, is have a range of products, Roth IRAs, Roth 401ks, as well as the deferred 401k and the IRA. So we want to make sure that we don't just put everything in deferred, and then because of the penalties for Medicare and for Social Security, Medicare Part B, and the higher taxes on Social Security, we want to make sure that we don't get penalized while we're in retirement. This is one of the biggest mistakes that we can make, and I see it with a lot of people that the majority of the assets are in deferred accounts where I don't have the flexibility to really control my taxes. And so that's why we're doing Roth conversions now and doing some other things to kind of help us for that retirement planning.
Well, and again, you mentioned it at the beginning. We are rapidly closing in on the end of the year, just about over. So those times for 2023 Roth conversions nearing an end very quickly. That is one of those planning to do items to take care of before the end of the year so that you are not making mistake number 3 on this list, a gross planning mistake. Let's go ahead and manage and control those taxes when we have the opportunity to do so, and certainly realize and understand them and incorporate them into the planning process, because it is going to be a price to pay in retirement. Taxes do not go away in retirement. Number 4 on the list, John, not caring enough to plan for care. This is unfortunately a mistake that too many of us make.
Well, I think the statistics are something like that. Over half of us at age 65 are going to need some type of confinement, some type of long-term care. It may not be for a long period of time, but it'll be for some period of time, and we have to pay for that. Medicare doesn't cover long-term care, and so we've got to plan for that, Peter. And that's becoming more and more a major cost because long-term care is getting more and more expensive. Facilities have gone up on average 20-30% in their prices that they have to charge each month because of insurance, employee cost, just medical cost. Everything costs more. And so if you haven't planned to have some type of long-term care, we want to make sure that we include that in the plan. And so what we'll do is take the assets and work the assets so that we can cover that need. Healthcare cost in retirement is right up there with taxes. And so we need to make sure that we've got the best Medicare plans for you, but we've also got the best long-term care protection that we can provide. Certainly something that everyone, as we get older, and we're living longer, so therefore we're going to need it more and more.
And John, number 5 on the list, the final item on the list, not using Social Security to provide for effective financial security. Social Security is such a big tool for retirement.
Well, you know, Social Security is an income that the government gives you every month. You're going to open up that check the 3rd or whatever day you get yours. I get mine like on the 19th. And so that check comes in every month. I know it's going to be there. It's income that I can't outlive. So as long as I live, that check's coming. Now, you know, there can be changes to it. There can be other things, and I have to plan for that. And we do. But so many people take Social Security at 62, the wrong time, because they're afraid they're not going to get it. They make the wrong decision. They still working and they take it at 65 or full retirement age, 66. And so they really don't need the money, but they go ahead and take it. That's a lifetime income that we need to make sure that we maximize. And we have a report that we can generate that will show you the different, when you take Social Security, how much you're going to get at different ages, and where the maximum number is, and where the break even is. So we want to make sure that we make an educated decision and give you the best Social Security check that you can get.
5 planning mistakes to avoid, and these are big ones, ladies and gentlemen. These can be costly if you unfortunately overlook these or fall into the wrong side of these decisions or mistakes. So again, John, latest book is Quitting is for Winners, but Retirement is Not for Wimps. In this report, and if somebody would like either of those helpful resources or to sit down and formulate a plan personally, they're welcome to give you a call there at Gulf Coast Financial Services, or be in touch online, gulfcoastfinancial.net, or 386-755-9018, 386-755-9018. And congratulations on the publication and publishing of your latest book, John.
Thank you, Peter. I'm really excited about it. We want to get it out. I think it's going to be a great addition to anybody's library. We're really excited about it.
Well, we always appreciate the time, the knowledge, the inspiration for planning, and the motivation to do so here on Financially Focused. John Kuykendall, Gulf Coast Financial Services, always keeping us financially focused. You're welcome to be in touch, ladies and gentlemen. 386-755-9018, 386-755-9018. John, again, appreciate the time.
Thank you, Peter. Great to be here. See you next week.
Hey, if you'd like a copy of our new book, Quitting is for Winners, but Retirement's Not for Wimps, I encourage you to click the link below and get your copy today. Hey, we like it when you listen to the show, but we like it better when you like, share, subscribe, or feel free to leave a comment.
Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and tune in for more financial focus by visiting GulfCoastFinancial.net. The information presented on this program is provided for informational purposes only, without warranty of accuracy, completeness, or suitability for a particular purpose. This program is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, legal, or tax advice. This information is general in nature and not specific enough to be construed as advice. You should not make any decision based on the information presented on this program without independent consultation with an appropriately licensed professional or competent advisor. Investment in securities or the market involves a potential risk for loss of principal. Trading, therefore, may not be suitable for all listeners. Annuity guarantees are based solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing company. Withdrawals of growth from annuities may be taxable as ordinary income in the year it is taken. Individuals should review contracts for specific details of the product's features and costs. Early withdrawals may subject the owner to penalties, fees, or taxes. John Kuykendall is registered with, and securities are offered through Kovac Securities Inc., member FINRA SIPC, found online at www.kovacsecurities.com. Advisory services are offered through Gulf Coast Financial Services Inc., a registered investment advisor in Florida. Gulf Coast Financial Services Inc. is not affiliated with Kovac Securities Inc. or Kovac Advisors Inc. Past performance is not indicative of future results. All investing involves risk. Investment decisions should be based on your own goals, time horizon, and tolerance for risk. Due to various factors including changing market conditions and/or applicable laws, the content may no longer be reflective of current opinions or positions.